biography. From Frida, a biography from Frida Kahlo. By Hayden Herrera. Epic contributor Getty Images. 1 in April, 1953, less than a year before her death at the age of 47, Frida Kahlo had her first major exhibition of paintings in her native Mexico. By that time her health had so deteriorated that no one expected her to attend. But at 8:00 p.m., just after the doors of Mexico City's Gallery of Contemporary Art opened to the public, an ambulance drew up. The artist, dressed in her favorite Mexican costume, was carried on a hospital stretcher to her four-poster bed, which had been installed in the gallery that afternoon. The bed was bedecked as she liked it, with photographs of her husband, the great muralist Diego Rivera, and of her political heroes. Papier-mâché skeletons dangled from the canopy, and a mirror affixed to the underside of the canopy reflected her joyful though ravaged face. One by one, 200 friends and admirers greeted Frida Kahlo, then formed a circle around the bed and sang Mexican ballads with her until well past midnight.
Okay, this is paper mache. I don't know why the audio didn't pick that up, but the word is paper mache.
To the occasion encapsulates as much as it culminates this extraordinary woman's career. It testifies, in fact, to many of the qualities that marked Kahlo as a person and as a painter. Her gallantry and indomitable alacrity in the face of physical suffering, her insistence on surprise and specificity, her peculiar love of spectacle as a mask to preserve privacy and personal dignity. Above all, the opening of her exhibition dramatized Frida Kahlo's central subject herself. Most of the some 200 paintings she produced in her abbreviated career were self-portraits. 3 she dressed in flamboyant clothes, greatly preferring floor-length native Mexican costumes to haute couture. Wherever she went she caused a sensation. One New Yorker remembers that children used to follow her in the streets. "Where's the circus?" they would ask. Frida Kahlo did not mind a bit. Frida flaunted her alegria the way a peacock spreads its tail, but it camouflaged a deep sadness and inwardness, even self-obsession. "For I paint my own reality," she said. "The only thing I know is that I paint because I need to, and I paint always whatever passes through my head, without any other consideration." What passed through Frida Kahlo's head and into her art was some of the most original and dramatic imagery of the 20th century. Painting herself bleeding, weeping, cracked open, she transmuted her pain into art with remarkable frankness tempered by humor and fantasy. Always specific and personal, deep probing rather than comprehensive in scope, Frida's autobiography in paint has peculiar intensity and strength, the strength that can hold a viewer in an uncomfortably tight grip. 5 The majority of her paintings are small. 12 by 15 inches is not unusual, their scale suits the intimacy of her subject matter. With very small sable brushes, which she kept immaculately clean, she would carefully lay down delicate strokes of color, bringing the image into precise focus, making fantasy persuasive through the rhetoric of realism. 6 In the fall of 1977, the Mexican government turned over the largest and most prestigious galleries in the Palace of Fine Arts to a retrospective exhibition of Frida Kahlo's works. It was a strange sort of homage, for it seemed to celebrate the exotic personality and story of the artist rather more than it honored her art. The grand, high-ceilinged rooms were dominated by huge blow-up photographs of incidents in Frida's life, which made the jewel-like paintings look almost like punctuation points. 7. The art the legend Frida herself had created won out in the end, however. Because her paintings were so tiny in relation to the photographs and to the exhibition space, the spectator had to stand within a few feet of each one to focus on it at all. And at that proximity their strange magnetism exerted its pull. Taken from separate, poignant moments in her life, each was like a smothered cry, a nugget of emotion so dense that one felt it might explode.